Savannah, Georgia, Mark, aging. Go ahead. You're on the Savage Nation.
Hi. How you doing, Dr. Savage Smart? Hello?
Yes, I know it's Mark. So what's your point?
I think I'm gonna go by the point of view of people who I see. I see my grandmother. She's 82 years old, and I believe, like you believe, it's a part of your diet. She had a lot of fish all her life. She never smoked or drink, and I think smoking.
Mark, what was your grandmother's ethnicity?
She's black, African American.
She's African American. She lived. How old did she live? How long did she live?
Still alive. She's 82, about to be 83. And
is she healthy? Is she on prescription drugs? What's her health like?
Very healthy. Her skin is just the skin. I've noticed people who smoke and drink. Smoking, I think it brings wrinkles. A lot of people.
Absolutely true. We know that. And by the way, the combo of smoking and drinking will age you 20 years before your time. That's a given. That's a given.
Smoke. That's what I've seen.
Yeah. Well, it's true. So it's not but you say, is it genetic or is it diet and her lifestyle?
I think it's both. I think it's genetic because her grandmother, my great grandmother, before I can barely remember, she lived in her 80s too, and her skin was just like it. And they had a lot of fish. She fishes herself. She eats her diet.
But Mark, here's the thing: is 80 really that? I mean, my mother, God bless her, lived to 88. My father, died at 57 because of, he smoked, she didn't. For example, he worried probably, she worried plenty too. They had a life of hard knocks, a lot of problems in their life. They were poor, but Mom lived to 88. Now, I don't know the answer. I think somewhat just being a woman is an advantage, right?
That's true because I think you remember the Donner Party that got in the Sahara Mountains. They got trapped there, and the men died because they went out working and trying to get supplies and food for them, and the women didn't, and they maintained the fat levels on them. Something I read like that.
Well, it's a very small population, so you can't draw a generalization because it's too few in number to draw any kind of epidemiological conclusion. But in your case, you are alleging that your grandmother is healthy and such because of genetics and her diet. What is her diet?
She, like I said, she eats a lot of fish. And I think early up, when she was young, they didn't. I think a lot of chemicals and things are enhancing the food now. Like chickens grow up so quick. She said they didn't grow as quick as they do now. And I think that's
that's 100% true. No, the hormones that they give animals are a disaster for us. And there's a chicken company now. A bunch of them they're euthanizing the chickens in a different way with carbon dioxide and that, they don't feed them any pellets with antibiotics in them. That's absolutely to be desired. You got to be a fool not to know that that's better for you than the farm-raised chicken that's turned upside down and taken down a line screaming for its life as they cut its throat.
Right, like every third weekend at a park we have here, we have a natural food and different people like range-fed chickens and things.
But 30 years ago there was an epidemic of hypertension amongst the African American people in America. You're aware of that, right? It was related directly to the so-called soul food or high salt foods, right? You know about that.
Sodium.
Mark, would you say that the African American community has become aware of the fact that high salt is related to high blood pressure?
I think some people are, but some people, once it's something that's ingrained in you, and you eat that and you get used to it. And I think I've heard you say before. I think it's a Japanese diet or whatever, Chinese. They always leave some of the food on the table. They never get full. I think that's a problem too. Obesity.
No, that's a tough thing to do, right? Push your stomach away from the table while you still, got enough for one more mouthful of food is a good adage.
Right.
Leave the table, where you can still do that. Well, my friend, I'm going to send you a copy of Train Tracks. I'm sure you'll love reading it for the holidays. It's a beautiful book. And it's interesting. To me, it's interesting anyway. I hope it's interesting to you. I feature a picture of my grandfather on the back cover at his little store in Manhattan. An immigrant came over, saved his money, brought the family over, died at 47 of a heart attack, God bless. I never met him. Worked hard, worried a lot. Look at him in his beautiful suit. He was a custom tailor, built up a little business when he got here. Didn't take anything from anybody, gave society something. And I'm a child in the promised land. So, I mean, I honored him really in that sense. But no one cares about anything anymore. No, honor. Honor, the word doesn't even exist in America today. Honor, remembering family. What does it matter to anybody today? Just party on. Drugs, sex, and rock and roll, and food stamps. I'll be right back.